Base runners for both teams in innings 10, 11, and 12. Chien-Ming Wang will pitch for the Royals. 2 tied. The Royals scored in the first and the 8th innings. The Braves scored 2 in the 9th. This is what Freddie Gonzalez's lineup card looks like. He has A-zhe Pierzynski on the bench, and in the bullpen, Eric O'Flaherty, Jason Grilli, and Alexi Ogando. Now on the Royals side, Ned Yost still has Lorenzo Cain, Drew Butera, and Christian Colon, but with Chien-Ming Wang taking over in the 13th inning, his bullpen is empty. Now he does have Drew Butera, who has pitched 3 times in his career.
And it looks like he's wearing his pitcher spikes.
Look at those things right out of the box. Flowers takes a strike. Fancy dancy. Tyler Flowers is 1 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. Chien-Ming Wang pitched in the game last night. He gave up 1 run, 3 hits in an inning and a third. Also allowed an inherited run to score that was charged to Scott Alexander. 1 ball and 2 strikes. But maybe more importantly about Chien-Ming Wang's outing last night, in an inning and a third, he threw 29 pitches. He is the 9th, count him, 9th pitcher for the Royals today. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Right, a lot of times when you're pitching in the role that Chien-Ming Wang is pitching during the course of the season, you don't have a lot of opportunities to pitch in games that are, you know, really close games, extra inning games. So this will be a nice test for him.
Three balls, 2 strikes. Royals have used Duffy, Moylan, Flynn, Hochevar, Soria, Herrera, Davis, Alexander, and now Wang. Still 3-2. This is the 3rd time this season that Chien-Ming Wang has pitched in back-to-back days, in case you were wondering. I was wondering. Strike 3 called. Tyler Flowers will be fitted with a golden sombrero. 4 strikeouts, 3 called.
He's been the victim of some very, very nice strike 3 calls on the day. One thing about Wang too is the more he pitches, probably the better he's going to be with that sinker. Oftentimes sinker ballers, they get a little bit strong. They don't have quite the same location and the same stuff as when they are maybe worn down just a hair.
While Orlando waits for it in right field, Jeff Francoeur is the 2nd out. Yeah, you hear that about a fatigued sinker ball pitcher. Less velocity, more movement. So he's gotten the first 2. And now he'll get Ender Enciarte. What do you think, Ned Yost maybe get 2 innings out of Chien-Ming Wang?
I would think so, if needed.
Now, Scott Alexander, we pointed out, he went an inning and 2/3 last night, and Ned got 3 out of him today. Enciarte fouls it back. Enciarte started the 2-run inning in the 9th with a single against Wade Davis. He scored the first run. Altogether 1 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. One and one. He does not want to join his teammate Tyler Flowers with a 4 strikeout game. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Coming up on 4 hours. Game started at 1:15. It is now 5:13. Three balls and 1 strike. On deck is Chase Darno.
If you're Wong, you got to work back into this count. Don't lose a batter with a walk.
Full count. Important game for both teams. The Royals have lost 5 consecutive series. The Braves have only won 1 series all year, and that was a sweep against the Marlins. Another 3-2, and that's a walk. So Inciarte is on for Darno. The Yankees did hang on and beat the White Sox. So a win would gain the Royals a game in the Central Division. Cleveland also lost to Minnesota, another team the Royals are chasing in the Central.
I think the big importance of this game is the fact, like you mentioned, you're playing a Braves team that's down, but you also just finished playing a 4-game set against the Yankees, who are also down. So it's been 3 weeks today since the Royals have won a series.
In there for a strike to Darno. Older brother of Travis Darno, catcher for the Mets. Chase is 2 years older. Originally out of the Pirates organization, where he was a shortstop. And they sure look a lot alike. Had a play. Read a story where last year in September, Chase was playing for the Phillies and Travis for the Mets, and the 2 teams played in September, and here's Chase coming to the plate with Travis behind the plate, and the Mets struck out Chase Darno, and after the game Travis said, I remembered from some of the tape ball games in the old driveway that Chase is susceptible to a backdoor slider, so that's what I called for.
Unfair.
So that's a scouting report that goes way, way back. But even though Chase struck out, man, what a great thrill. I mean, it's hard enough to just get to the big leagues, but then get to the big leagues and play against your brother. 1-2. Escobar, that's under his glove. Inciarte stops at second base. Alex overran it, but Inciarte had already stopped. That's a base hit for Darno. And now 2 on with 2 out.
Wong's going to get the ground ball that he's looking for. Unfortunately, just out of the reach of Alcides Escobar. maybe in the first or second inning, makes that play. 13th inning, not so much. I'll tell you the guy I'm impressed with is Salvador Perez. After last night's game, getting dinged up and out here today for 13 innings. Day game after a night game.
Ned was pointing toward the game on Wednesday against Boston for potentially giving him a day off. That may change.
Yes.
And now Malik Smith. Smith had a good play and a bad play all wrapped up into one in the 9th inning. He singled, scoring the Braves' first run in their 2-run 9th inning, but then got caught in between first and second base. And the Royals got an out. Otherwise, the Braves would have had runners at first and third and nobody out. So he made a base running mistake. And then back in the 7th with a runner at second and nobody out, he fouled out on a bunt. Chopped over the mound. Infante has led right to the bag. I don't know if he could have made that play and not stepped on second base. So Chien-Ming Wang gives up a couple of runners with 2 outs. The Braves fail to score. We go to the bottom of the 13th with the top of the order coming up.